Hey folks, welcome back to Outdoor Canucks. In this video, we're going to talk about the don'ts about camping, not the do's and don'ts. I know usually you hear a list or you see a list of stuff with do's and don'ts. Well, we're not going to concentrate on the do's. We're going to concentrate on the don'ts. Not to be negative or anything, but I've noticed in the last couple years at Ontario Parks, there's been a huge influx, and I'm sure you people have noticed, of new people camping with RVs and just camping at Ontario Parks. We see that on the reservation sites every day. So I figured, going around the parks, I've seen in the last couple of years, some things that makes me cringe a little bit, things that people ought to know, people should know, but they don't. So I figured I'd put this video together, not in a negative way or anything, but just as an educational way to show things that you don't want to do while you're camping in Ontario Parks. Now, these are just my 6 things. There's probably even more that I can put up. But out of these 6, if you feel there's something you need to let me know about, comment down below. Let me know something that you think that should be on this list that isn't. And I'll do a volume 2 next year or soon after, and I'll incorporate it into volume 2. So these are 6 things you don't do at a provincial park. Let's take a look. So this guy here, pulling his trailer, is having a hard time passing through. It's a very, very narrow, windy road here in Sandbanks Woodlands Campground anyways. But he's having a hard time, and I've noticed a few people had a hard time because see this white pickup truck that is behind that trailer? It's sticking out on the road. So, you know, as a courtesy and a little, it shouldn't even be a tip, but courtesy, when you park your vehicle, don't park it where people can't get by. That's just inconsiderate. So here's a tip for people coming to Sandbanks, especially the day use. You will get a ticket if you don't display your park permit when you're camping here. You get a park permit and they tell you to leave it on the dash at all times. Well, Darren got a ticket, and if you look at it here, you can see it says fail to display permit on parked vehicle, and that's the ticket. It's a $30 ticket that he got, and here's where his park permit was, on his seat. So he'd put it on the dash, but I guess when he closed the door, it blew it off the dash, because I guess the vacuum and the air pressure in the car and everything, it blew it off, and it went right on his seat there. So note to self, and anyone else watching the video, always display your park permit. So I know I talked about not forgetting your permit to put on your windshield when you go down to the beach and stuff like that with Darren, but here's another tip where I actually wouldn't mean that, where you'd actually want to take your permit off. As you can see, we've been spending the day in Picton, outside of the park. So let me tell you exactly why you wouldn't want to leave this on your dash. So the reason you don't want to do that is because I've been told, and luckily it's never happened to me, I don't want it to happen to me, but I read online and I was told by some friends what can happen is, you know, say like today we went out to Picton for the day, and we leave that on there. Now on there it says our site number, and it says what time we're staying till, like what day we're staying till. So really what could happen is someone follows us, they say they like this trailer, they follow us, and they see that we're like 20 minutes from the provincial park, and we're parked in wherever on the street or in a parking lot, and they go and they look and they see that, oh yeah, okay, they're from site 649. So that person sits there and watches to see when we come back, while another team or another people on their team or members on their team go and they steal either stuff in your trailer if you don't lock it up, which I always suggest. I like to say I trust people in this world, but you know, you might not always be able to, so lock up your trailer. I've been guilty for it. I'll be the first to admit that sometimes I don't lock the trailer as much as I should, and now that I'm announcing it to the world, I'm going to start doing it. But on top of locking it, secure your trailer, because now if you leave that permit there showing what site number you're at and showing that you're not at the site and your whole family is with you, now they can steal your trailer. It's happened before. It sounds like far-fetched and sounds paranoid, and I'm not a paranoid person, but I've read that it's happened before, and I've heard that it's happened before. So just, you know, ease of mind or peace of mind, and to ease your mind, just take the permit and put it down. Don't let it be visible to people walking by and stuff like that. And then don't forget to put it back up, because you need it when you enter the park again, and if you're going to stay anywhere within the park. That's your other don't tip. Here's something else you don't do when you're camping at a provincial park, or any, whether it's provincial park or private park or crown land. When you come, these people came in and they were here all weekend and they left this morning. Don't leave stuff here. Don't leave garbage. Leave the site better than you found it, or even just as good as you found it. Like, there's boards of wood here and plywood. I guess they left it here thinking the other people that are coming would want it. There's a piece of something on that picnic table. Like, even if you think that you can't use it or you can't carry it, and someone else may be able to use it, don't assume that. Don't assume someone has to use it or can use it. Just take it with you, like, because now the park has to come and remove this, and it's not the park's job to do that. And then, of course, they've got beer cans that are burnt in there, another big can there in the corner, peanut shells all over. And then there's garbage all here. Don't leave your site in this kind of state. This is not, in my opinion, these are true campers, and this isn't what you do when you're camping. This is a perfect example of what not to do. Another set of don'ts is, like most people, I don't know if you do this or not, even though we do have the trailer, what we do is to conserve water and our freshwater tank and our gray tank, is we do our dishes outside in these buckets. You can get any kind of bucket you want, but after you finish, like, this is the soapy, dirty water, and that's the rinsing water, and it's clean, but not that clean. But instead of what a lot of people do, they'll just dump it right in the bushes over there, or some people dump it in the fire pit, which is even worse, or just equally as bad. You don't do that. Don't take this water, and I know it could be like good, you know, organic soap or biodegradable soap and all that kind of stuff. Still not a good idea, because there's little food particles and oils and stuff like that that's going into the ground, seeping into the ground, and also, you know, the food particles are going to attract animals and stuff like that, which you don't want to do. It's probably not good for the animals and not good for the animals coming into the sites. So you take this stuff, and if you can and you're nearby, take it to a vaulted toilet. Those are the best ones. Those are the toilets that don't have, you know, the plumbing and stuff like that. This is something you also don't do. I mean, obviously, don't leave burnt firewood in your fire pit. Get rid of it, dispose it, take it to the dump, whatever. But also, you can tell that these people have used firewood from within the forest. This is not cut, chopped firewood that you would find at other places, that you would buy in bags and stuff like that. Or even like from home, even though you're not supposed to bring wood from different places to different parks, which you're also not supposed to. But this is obviously fallen timber that was from in the bushes in there, and they have signs all through these provincial parks saying do not burn. I don't know the terminology they use, but they tell you not to burn wood that's from within the park like this. So don't do this either. So that sums it up, folks. I usually want to do a do's and don'ts video, but this video is basically don't, what not to do. Maybe that's what I should title it. What not to do when you're camping in a provincial park here in Ontario. What not to do. We already know what to do, and those things are pretty self-explanatory, but this video is what not to do. So what did we find here? Look at this. We found this when we came to the site. Oh wait, did the tooth just fall out? Oh, the teeth are falling. The teeth are falling out. Right here. A little bit, but this is a skull of this one right here. She has the brilliant, out-of-the-box idea to put two hammocks on top of each other.
I think it's a fantastic idea.
So it's like a bunk bed hammock style. So
they don't know if people are scared of dogs or if dogs aren't good with other dogs. So if your dog is not on a leash and mine is, he's going to run up to say hi to my dog, and my dog's going to bite him because he's not good with other dogs.
So you counted the steps, right? How many steps were there?
139.
139. Exactly? You sure about that?
Well, I think I might have lost a couple, but you guys can count them.
All you do is, there's a stake here, you hammer it into the ground nearby the fire pit, and it swivels, and you can swivel it in or out, so you can tend to your food and prepare it and everything. When you're ready to put it on, you hold it right here. If it's not too hot.
Thank you for watching Outdoor Canucks. See you all in the next video.
Tired? You went 50 feet. You walked 50 feet and you're tired?
Up sand.
Up sand?
Up sand.
It sounds like you're swearing at me. Up sand. Are those floating foam balls in the water there?
Totally.
Ew.
Okay, I'm ready.
Oh look, Andrew made it. And
Look.
I should use the iNaturalist
great.
to identify those. I don't have my phone on me.